We often get asked, what is a digital twin and how is it useful when it comes to business and commerce as a whole? And I think one of the easiest ways to understand this is to take a look at some of the shopping experiences that everyone has on a daily basis. That could be going into a store, that can be going into a hotel, that can be making a purchase decision around whether or not you're going to rent an apartment or purchase a home or look at something that maybe isn't even there yet. So a lot of the concepts around digital twins are very fluid in terms of what you can use them for. If I'm going to make a purchase decision as an individual, perhaps I want to walk into a store that's either not convenient for me to go to or it's simply not close to me. Once I go into that store, I have the ability to peruse the merchandise, take a look at everything that's available. If I want to pick up, say, a purse or a pair of tennis shoes or whatever it may be, I can inspect that, I can look at it, and I can get a real feel for what that is prior to me actually making that purchase, above and beyond what I would normally be able to do using internet tools or on Amazon or anything of that particular nature. So one aspect of it is getting up close and personal with the things that you're actually interested in a space that the brand or the store has specifically curtailed in a way that highlights all of these particular things. On the other side, if you're looking at something like, say, a hotel room, and you get on Expedia and you're considering whether or not you're going to get the queen bed or the king bed or the suite or whatever it may be, it's a lot easier to actually step into that room, walk around, see whether or not it's going to suit you in terms of the space and the amenities and everything else that's important to you specifically, above and beyond what you could actually do just by looking at a series of 2D images. If you're going to make a decision, one of the biggest decisions some of us will ever make around purchasing something like a home. Imagine for a moment that you're going to purchase a condo in a complex that hasn't even broken ground yet. And you have no idea whether or not it's going to be right for you, whether you want to live on the 5th floor or the 15th floor, if you prefer a south-facing view, this, that, or the other. With digital twins, not only do you have the opportunity to actually walk inside of that space and see which one suits your particular needs, but some of the more advanced clients that we're working with are using those spaces to automatically customize what that customer is looking for. If I want a 3-bedroom condo and I want one of them to be bigger than another, or I'd like my living room to be over here instead of over there, you can sit there inside of that space and move non-load bearing walls, open up different things, change the entire layout until you get it to a point which actually suits exactly what you're looking for. So these are just small examples of what can happen when you're engaging both with products and with designs of spaces. It gets much, much more complex and much more interesting when we start to talk about the other uses for digital twins. So if I am trying to make a decision about where I want to go on vacation, and I'm considering, say, Barcelona versus Paris, and I really want to see what the Seine is like at night, or I want to walk up to the bottom of the Eiffel Tower and see if that's for me, or I want to walk around Barcelona and I want to take a look at some of the fabulous art and street things that are happening there. I would have the ability to not only have those experiences prior to making those decisions, but if I'm on a limited time or a limited budget or something of that nature, I'll get to see the highlights to find out whether or not they're actually for me. Am I going to go to Barcelona and really be fascinated by the Gaudi architecture, or is that going to put me off and I'd rather go to some sort of show? Each one of these things allows you to make more educated decisions that not only save you time and money, but also give you the feeling of that experience prior to going there, if you go there at all. Some people will never be able to make that trip. Some people don't have the capability of doing it, or they just simply live too far away. When you have these types of options, it opens up the entire world for you and really gives you a broader sense of each thing that's available and whether or not it's something that you continue to pursue because of your interests. We can get into much more complicated things where we talk about, well, what did ancient Rome look and feel like? If I want to walk down a particular road that exists there now and envision what it looked like previously, we can literally turn back the time and actually look at that space as one would have perceived it at that particular period. So the options are limitless in terms of the experiences that you can have, the purchasing decisions that you can make, whether or not you choose to go to one place or another or purchase one item or another. And then when we get into things that are a lot more commercial, if I'm a business and I'm looking at expanding a manufacturing line, or I'm looking to reorganize my showroom or my parking lot or whatever it may be. Those are very costly decisions that can take years to plan accordingly, and the budgets can often go way above and beyond what the requirements are. It's a much better decision as a whole to sit there and actually play with it in a metaverse instance to see whether or not that is going to be the experience that you think it's going to be, and ultimately whether or not your consumers or the people that are working within your space are going to appreciate the changes that you made. A lot of these decisions over time and historically cost a tremendous amount of money and waste a tremendous amount of time. So we can use digital twins and the entire metaverse experience as a whole to save time, money, make educated decisions, increase awareness for our consumers, and make sure that everything is happening in a way that they actually want, not the way that you anticipate they want it. So these are just some examples, but digital twins are fun. We do a lot of them every day, and we continue to see the opportunities that are emerging from all of our clients. They're thinking outside of the box just as we are, and we're getting to see some really, really cool things, and can't wait to see where this evolves. Thank you.